This video is going to be a quick introduction to what a mole is. A mole is the basic unit of measurement in chemistry. So when we talk about moles, we are actually talking about the number of molecules or the number of atoms that we have of something. We have to remember that atoms are very small and we really cannot see them. Even if we could see the atoms, it would be completely impractical and time-consuming to be able to even count them. Because this image right here, this shows all the tiny little atoms in a sample. And we really could not count that number. So what we can do is we can mass out an amount and know how many atoms we have. So we're going to actually connect the unit of counting in chemistry of moles to the mass that we have of a material. So what is a mole? A mole is the scientific unit for measuring very large quantities of something that's very small, like an atom. So a mole is very similar to the way that there are 12 donuts if you get 1 dozen of them. So bakers use things like dozen to measure things, and chemists use moles to measure things. So when a baker says that you want a dozen, you get 12. When a chemist says to get a mole, you are actually getting 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. Or it could be, if it's a compound, it could also be molecules of that material. That number actually looks like this. So this huge number right here, I couldn't even fit all of the zeros. That's what this number is. So that's why it's completely impractical to try and count all of these atoms. But so chemists use a unit of 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms if it's an element, or molecules if it's a compound. So just like a baker says there are 12 donuts in a dozen, 1 mole is equal to this many atoms. This is often called Avogadro's number because Avogadro is the one who came up with this and discovered it and used all kinds of chemistry to figure it out. We will learn the connection between how much a mole is in grams. It's different for every material. So for carbon, it happens to be 12 grams, but we'll learn this in another video. For right now, we want to focus on this idea that 1 mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms or molecules.